Yo, what up everybody? I'm really excited to show you what I've been working on the past couple of weeks. I've been getting prepared for this new year of 2024, and I created some type of blueprint and a game plan for this new year. So let's get right into it, man. So check out this slide I created. I created this slide on Canvas. There's a few things we're gonna cover today. We're gonna, briefly introduce the life mastery blueprint that I'm working on. And, I'm starting with health and fitness as the main goal for this year. And I've done a lot of preparatory steps to get me to where I'm at. And that is allowing me to have an edge, I feel, in regards to health, right? And we're gonna talk about the current health regimen that I have been working on and the anticipated actions that I need to integrate as I move forward. So let's dive right into it. This plan right here, this is the life development project that I've been working on, right? Now, when I decided to create this project, the questions that I wanted to answer were a few different ones, right? Which is, how do I get started? And what do I work on? And what exactly do I do when it comes to personal development, right? It's a very tricky question because it's all, depends on where you're personally at in life, right? So in creating some type of blueprint like this, I decided that I would just get started, right? Because I've tried to write down all my goals for every category, and then I wanted to create like a daily schedule that consisted of, having at least one thing throughout the day that made sure that I took care of all these categories. But it got a little bit overwhelming, so I decided to just get started and start with the first thing, and then from there we'll move on and move forward. So as you can see, this pyramid here I got from this other gentleman on YouTube. He is one of the only people that I came across YouTube that has anything close to what it is that I'm currently wanting to work on, which is this pyramid. He has this pyramid on his website, and as you can see, these are the different categories of life that you would want to work on and that actually make up a fulfilled lifestyle, right? As you may know, you might know people with money, but they are lacking in relationships. You might know people who have family and friends, but they're lacking in money. You might meet people who have all those, but they're lacking in health. So I decided that I would start with health this year, right? So you can see that is the foundation of the pyramid, is health and fitness. And the main reason I decided to attack this category this new year of 2024 is because, I've been dealing with some personal, not health issues, but I've been improving my health, and I specifically want to improve my quality of sleep, right? My quality of sleep isn't the greatest. Sometimes I can sleep 8 to 10 hours, but I still feel really drained, and I just don't want to get up out of bed. So that is the main reason that I decided to really attack and fix my health this new year of 2024. And I've already done a lot of different things to improve my health, and these are the 3 things that I've already invested into to get more data on myself. I did a Viome full body intelligence test. I did a 10x health system genetic test, and I also bought this Aura ring right here. And these tests and this ring all serve its purpose, and we're going to talk about that in the next couple of slides, right? The Viome test is a very in-depth test. They test your spit, blood, and your poop to get more information on your body, right? And then they'll give you results based off of the samples that you provided. They'll give you a list of the results. They'll tell you what category needs to be improved, and then they score you in a lot of different sections or different categories. And I'll go over that Viome test in another video, but for the most part, they help you identify if you have any food sensitivities. They give you a list of foods to let you know to either stay away from these foods or to focus eating more of these foods, right? They give you that list of foods, which for me is very important, because when it comes to learning to eat, it's like, okay, what do I eat? What should I eat? How much of it should I eat? What should I stay away from, right? And this kind of helps, save you time and effort in that section, because, it does take a lot of time to find what foods you might, do good with or might not do so well with. And they create a personalized nutrition plan for you. Not like as in diet, but they tell you, just generally what food you should eat more of and less of. They give you even a personalized supplementations, which in my opinion is, one of the really great things that they do is they give you a personalized supplementation. They literally create these supplements and put them together and package them specifically designed for your body, right? Now, when I looked at what they were, giving me for a supplementation regarding to vitamins, I seen that they were giving me the same things that I could get from a multivitamin provided by 10X Health Systems. So I didn't get their supplementation, but I did get their pre and probiotics, because that right there for me is more of a, I'd rather get that because it's way more personalized than the actual vitamins that they provide. So they give you a lot of information on your gut health, metabolic health, immune system support, and then they give you recommendations for those supplements, right? So let's go ahead and hit the next slide. The gene test is a really interesting one because they test the 5 most impactful genetics in your body, and based off of what results you get back, you may or may not have certain mutations with some of these genes, right? And in my case, I had a gene mutation with the MTHFR gene, which is responsible for methylation, and then the AHCY gene, which I don't know too much about. I just know that the effects of it could be addictions and things of that sort, right? So through getting a gene test, I was able to find that I had these gene mutations. So now what I'm going to do is take their plan of action, which is to supplement for the gene deficiencies and the vitamin deficiencies. Take what it is that they tell me to take so that I can provide my body with what it needs, right? Gary Brecka explains that a lot of diseases come from the lack of raw material in the body. And if you could provide your body with the raw material it needs to function properly, then you know you're going to be relatively healthier than somebody who doesn't, right? So I'm not going to explain the methylation process because I'm not a doctor or a scientist. If you want to learn more about that, you can Google it. You can go on YouTube and look up methylation, and you could even go on Gary Brecka's YouTube channel and see his interviews, because he really talks about what the process is about and why it's beneficial for you to supplement if you do have a gene deficiency. What I do know is that if you have a gene mutation, the gene is going to work about 40 to 60% of its capabilities, and depending on if you have a gene mutation from both your parents or just one of your parents, that's going to also make a difference, right? So they categorize the gene mutations by green, yellow, and red. If it's green, that means you don't have a gene mutation and that it's okay. If it's yellow, it means that you got a gene mutation from one parent, which means that the gene is broken and it's working about 40 to 60% of the time. And if it's red, it means that you got a gene mutation from both parents and the gene is completely broken and not working. So in that case, what you would do is supplement for the gene deficiency, right? And in my case, I have a gene mutation with the MTHFR gene, which means that the process of methylation for my body isn't the greatest. So what I'm going to do is give my body methylated vitamins that are already methylated, so my body could break them down and actually use them. So let's go on to the next slide. The Aura Ring, right? The Aura Ring is a very interesting device. It gives you so much data on your, not only your sleep, but like temperature monitoring, activity tracking. It gives you a readiness score. It tells you how ready you are to take on the day depending on how well you slept, and then it gives you more details on the specifics of sleep. It gives you information on REM sleep, deep sleep, and the different, it tells you if you woke up, how much you're waking up, your oxygen levels, your HRV score. So you get a lot of good data from having this little ring right here. So these are the things that I've already done to improve my health, which is why I am very knowledgeable and know how to create a plan of action to move forward, right? With these things, what I'm wanting to create is just create a routine and a structure that includes the supplementation, that includes hydration, me eating healthier, and exercising. That way I can have a routine and then be done with it and move on to the next one, right? Because when it comes to getting into these topics, sometimes you go down the rabbit hole and you'll end up becoming a nutritionist, you'll end up becoming a physical trainer, you end up becoming a doctor and stuff like that, at least in my case. So let's talk about the goals for this new year. Since I decided to focus on physical health this year, I created goals for that specific category. And as you can see right here, the first main goal is to achieve and maintain optimal physical health and wellness. And there is a lot of different ways to do that, right? There is supplementation, there is nutrition, hydration, eating more fruits and vegetables, breathing exercises, meditations. So I'm gonna slowly and little by little implement those things into my daily practice. Right now is just creating some type of foundation, creating a plan of action, and just getting started, right? The second goal for this process is transform my physique, gain muscle, and get strong. I'm trying to look like this buff guy right here, and this gentleman right here with the abs and the biceps and the chest muscles. You know, I'm trying to look, trying to get strong, trying to look buff and feel great, right? So those are the two main goals that I have for this year. We're actually for the month of January. So with that being said, now you need a plan of action for the goal, right? We have the objective, now we need a plan of action to get there. So in this case, what I decided to do was start supplementing. This is something that I started doing last year around mid-December. I had been supplementing before that, but I was kind of supplementing without knowing what my body actually needed. If I could show you, have like literally like a drawer full of all sorts of vitamins and minerals and whatnot. If you go to the pharmacy right now and you look at the vitamins and you read what it's beneficial for, every vitamin that you're going to get, you're going to want to get. You're going to want to buy, because it literally says this helps this and this and that. This helps for that and that and this. Like, and all the vitamins help you, but you don't need all of the vitamins, right? You just need to know what your body is lacking and provide it with that. That's why I got these extensive tests for myself, because I was kind of supplementing blindly, right? And in that case, what they say is you just have expensive piss, because you literally just pee it out. If your body doesn't need it, if it has excess vitamins, you're just gonna pee it out. So these are the vitamins that I've been taking. I've been taking vitamin C, 1,000 milligrams, time release capsule. That's very important because your body will eat up vitamin C quickly. So if you have a time release capsule, your body will slowly use it throughout the day. And then I'm taking a vitamin 80K, which they work, which those three, which is a 3-in-1 vitamins, and they all work synergistically. They work better together, and I am vitamin D deficient, so supplementing vitamin D is a no-brainer for me. The next vitamin is the vitamin D3 alone, which is 5,000 IU before bed, but I tend to miss that one because, you know, I don't remember to take it before bed, right? When I'm in bed, I just want to go to sleep and just chill and relax. I don't really think about taking vitamins. So the next vitamins that I'm taking are these two that I just recently got from the 10X Health System. These are what was recommended to me after getting the genetic test. It is a 10X Health multivitamins, which has a lot of different vitamins in there. It has methylated B vitamins, which is what my body needs. And they also recommended that I take something called TMG, right? Because of the gene mutation that I have, I'm going to benefit from taking TMG. So those are the things that I'm already doing. Another practice in the plan of action is to start drinking more water, right? So I plan to drink 32 ounces of water on a daily basis. I need to buy myself one of those 32 ounce bottles so that I could carry around and make sure that I stay properly hydrated throughout the day, because that is another important factor when optimizing your health, is you want to keep yourself properly hydrated. Now, for each of these, and we also have these future actions that I need to implement as time goes on, right? Once I get the pre and probiotics designed for my body by Viome, I'm going to go ahead and start taking those as soon as I get them. So it's going to be all these vitamins that I'm taking, drinking water, and then the pre and probiotics. I think that right there is a great foundation. I think that itself is going to really make an impact on my overall health, and it's going to definitely help me in the long run, right? And for each of these goals, I have learning and development goals as well, because I'm not going to just take something and not necessarily know why I'm taking, or educate myself on those processes, right? So I need to educate myself on nutrition. I need to educate myself on hydration, right? Not a whole lot, just enough to know how to do it properly, because when it comes to drinking water, there's all sorts of waters now. There's like mineral waters, hydrogenated water, alkaline water. There's all sorts of waters. There's a lot of information that some waters are good for you, some waters are bad for you. And then there's also this misconception that you have to be drinking a gallon of water a day, which I personally don't think it's necessary. If you're drinking water with electrolytes in them, I think you can maintain yourself properly hydrated throughout the day. No, I don't know that. I need to learn more about that to make the right decision. For now, I think 32 ounces of water a day is ideal, and that's a great start, because if I tell you guys right now that I'm gonna start drinking a gallon of water a day, I'm most likely not going to do it. It's a lot of damn water to drink in one day. So now let's move on to the second goal, which is to enhance physical performance and endurance, right? Things that I'm already doing and I'm going to start doing as of basically today is to do 20 push-ups upon waking up, and that's how I'm gonna get started with exercising, right? I know I can hit the gym, I can get a gym membership, but I think if I can get myself to do 20 push-ups every single day, eventually that's gonna lead me to be in the gym anyways. So another action that I think is gonna be helpful here is to stretch, right? Do some stretches before I actually do my push-ups. That way I don't hurt myself and prevent any, me pulling any types of muscles. So actions that I plan to implement as time goes by is to create a regular exercise routine. That is one of the most important things for me, is to get a routine down, which includes exercise at least 3 times a week, right? And then that's gonna also require me to create a balanced diet, optimizing for the type of workouts that I'm doing and the type of, or the amount of muscle and weight that I want to gain, right? So the learning and development goals in this category are exercise science education, sports nutrition, and recovery techniques. So those are the main actions that I need to implement as time goes by. And this slide right here basically covers the weekly objectives for week 2, because week 1 of January 2024, I was not working too much on myself. I was doing a bunch of other stuff, right? I got distracted, and now that this second week is going to start, it's time to get back on the grind with my personal development stuff. So I know all that may have sounded like it was a lot, right? Don't get overwhelmed, right? Because I'm breaking it all down to just a very simple routine. Out of all of the things that I just talked about, now is a routine. It's a morning routine, which is to wake up early at a consistent time each day, immediately perform 20 push-ups upon waking up, practice Wim Hof breathing, take all my vitamins, and drink a glass of water as soon as I wake up after doing those things, right? Very simple, right? I know it might sound like it's a lot, but it really isn't that much. So that is the main objectives for week 2 of January of 2024. And the main thing is to establish a morning routine that energizes, nourishes, and prepares me for the day. And what I'm aiming for right here is consistency, not perfection, because I tend to be a perfectionist, and if I miss one thing, I kind of tend to mess everything up. So I created this habit tracker so that I could keep track of the things that I'm doing on a daily basis. Now I need to edit this habit tracker so that I can have all of those things in this slide right here, which is all this stuff right here, and I'm gonna add those actions in this weekly habit tracker. And you can disregard this morning and night routine because it doesn't include all the things that I've already talked about. But with this habit tracker, I just got to go in here and put, like, let's fill out the habit tracker for today. As a matter of fact, I didn't wake up early, that's for sure. I did do my morning routine, which consisted of doing breathing exercises, and I did take my vitamins, and I also have not drank my 32 ounces of water, but I have the rest of the day to do that. So I'm gonna leave that one blank until I finish up. And reading as well, I haven't necessarily finished that one as well, but I will make sure to read something and learn something tonight before I go to bed. So these are the goals. This is the plan of action for January, and it helps me gain so much clarity on what direction my life is going, because if I can't see ahead, it seems to be difficult for me to move in that direction, right? You just need to know where you want to go and take the steps to get there. So I also wanted to mention this log sheet that I've been doing. I recently stopped doing, but I'm going to start doing it again for this month of January, because this is going to really help me identify what foods are good for me and what foods are not. The reason that I created this log sheet was because I wanted to start seeing what it is that was impacting my health and my sleep. Because on some days I would eat certain food and the next day I would wake up early and feeling refreshed, and some days I would eat differently and the next day I would wake up, well, I wouldn't be able to wake up. I'd feel tired and groggy and just really have a really hard time waking up. So I did this for the month of December. However, I didn't score the damn sheets how I was supposed to. I was supposed to score the sheets, put a star on it so that it can signify that whatever I ate that day benefited me the next morning with waking up. And I'm going to have artificial intelligence help me identify those things, because having these tools these days, you don't need to do that much work, right? Because I could get each slide, I could write down this, I ate carbs, I ate proteins, I ate this, I ate that, but instead I can give this slide to artificial intelligence and tell it what it is that I'm doing, and it will do it to the T. And just to give you an example, I can tell artificial intelligence, hey, I'm trying to figure out what foods are good and bad for me. The slides with the star on it are the days that I did and felt good the next day waking up. The slides that don't have a star on it are the days that I didn't feel good waking up the next morning. So can you identify what foods, or what's the difference between the foods in there, blah, blah, blah. And that's it, right? You give it the slides. I could literally give it the picture. I can add this picture to the chat and it will tell me everything in that slide, which I think is amazing, right? Considering we have the tools to do that these days, I don't see why not. But that is my plan of action for the month of January, and for week 2, those are the objectives. Now, if anybody wants, me to help them with their habits or habit tracking and stuff like that, I'm more than happy to give you this, these logs and these data sheets for you to use for yourself. So feel free to reach out to me if you need some help with that. I'm more than happy to help. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys on the next video. Peace out.